Pre-Calculus Module 5, The Happy World. This module talks about the other type of conic section, which is the hyperbola. For activity card, you need to determine the foci, vertices, and asymptotes of number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You don't need to graph the hyperbola. Example number 1, we have 9x squared negative 16y squared is equal to 144. So we need to make this one equals to 1. Ito ay dapat equals to 1 as given by the equation of a hyperbola. So yung gagawin natin, i-divide natin lahat by 144. So this is over 144 over 144 over 144. Let's simplify this one. 144 divided by 9, that is 16. So this will be x squared over 16 minus 144 minus or divided by 16, that is 9. So this is y squared over 9 is equal to 144 divided by 144 is 1. Dahil ganito na yung itsura ng ating equation, pwede na nating hanapin yung ating vertex, foci, and asymptotes. Hanapin muna yung ating center. Yung center natin, that is given as h and k. Yung h natin, yung kasama ni x, kaso wala naman siyang kasama, 0. Yung k natin, yung kasama ni y squared, wala naman kasama, so that is again 0. So the center is 0 and 0. Next, hanapin natin yung value ni a. Ano ba yung value ni a? That is square root of 16. Ayan siya. I-square root natin yung 16. The answer is 4. So, that is the value of a. Next, hanapin naman natin yung b. Para makuha yung b, square root naman natin si 9. Square root of 9, that is 3. Hanapin naman natin yung value ni c. Para makuha yung value ni c, kailangan hanapin yung square root of a squared plus b squared. Kopyahin mo na yung square root. Yung a squared natin, that is 16, plus yung b squared natin ay 9. So, this is square root of 16 plus 9, that is 25. Square root of 25, that is 5. So, meaning c is 5. Dahil meron na tayong center, A, B, and C, pwede na nating hanapin yung ating vertex. Paano kunin yung vertex? Okay, so yung vertex natin, magbe-base pa rin tayo sa ating center. I-consider lang natin yung ating A. So, in vertex, consider the center and A. Kopyahin yung ating center. The center is 0 and 0. Ngayon, tignan ng ating given. That is 9x squared minus 16y squared is equal to 144. Nauna yung x squared. Pag nauna yung x squared, mag-a-add tayo dito sa unang number. So, this is 0 plus, ano yung a natin? 4. Then, copy 0. Then, mag-subtract din tayo. 0 minus 4. Then, copy 0. Again, ano yung ginawa natin? Ito yung center. Kinopya lang natin. And then, tinignan natin yung given. Nauna yung x squared. So, mag-add and subtract tayo sa unang number. Yung 0, nag-add ako ng 4. Yung 0, nag-subtract ako ng 4. Kasi yung 4, yun yung ating A. Simplify natin. So, meaning, our vertex 1 is 0 plus 4, that is 4. Copy 0. And our second vertex is 0 minus 4, that is negative 4 and 0. Yun na yung ating mga vertices. Hanapin naman natin yung ating foci. Paano kunin yung foci? We need to consider again the center and also letter C. Yung center natin, same lang, 0 and 0. And then, yung C natin, that is 5. So, yung gagawin natin, yung unang number, mag-a-add and subtract tayo ng 5. So, this will be 0 plus 5, copy 0. Then, 0 minus 5, copy 0. So, meaning, our foci 1 is 5 and 0. Kasi 0 plus 5. And then, our foci 2, 0 minus 5, that is negative 5 and 0. Next, hanapin natin yung ating asymptote. Paano kunin yung asymptote? Yung formula na gagamitin natin, dahil x squared yung una, is given as y equals k plus minus b over a x minus h. Ito ang gagamitin kapag ang naunang given ay x squared. Then, substitute the value tayo. Y equals, k natin is 0, plus minus, b is 3, over a is 4, copy x, minus, h natin is 0. Simplify natin, y equals 0 plus minus 3/4, that is positive negative 3/4 na lang. Then, x minus 0, that is x na lang. So, this will be our asymptote, y equals positive negative 3/4 x. Another example, number 2, x squared over 50 minus y squared over 72 is equal to 2. Again, kailangan yung dulo natin is equal to 1. So, yung gagawin natin, i-divide natin to by 2. Kung mapapansin nyo, double fraction tayo. So, kapag ganito, mumultiply lang natin yung dalawang nasa ibaba. So, this will be x squared over 100 minus y squared over 72 times 2, that is 144, is equal to 2 divided by 2, that is 1. Dahil ganito na yung ating given, pwede na nating hanapin si A, B, and C, and also the center. Let's start with the center. Center, that is h and k. Yung h, yun yung kasama ni x squared. Wala namang kasama si x squared, kaya 0. Next, yung k, kasama ni y squared. Wala din siyang kasama. So, again, this is 0. The center is 0 and 0. Hanapin naman natin yung ating a. Yung a, yun yung square root ng denominator ni x squared. So, square root of 100, that is 10. Meaning, a equals 10. Next, we have b. B naman, square root siya nung denominator ni y squared. So, square root of 144, that is 12. Next na hahanapin is c, given by the formula square root of a squared plus b squared. Kopyahin si square root. A squared is 100 plus b squared is 144. Copy square root. 100 plus 144, that is 244. Yung 244, wala na siyang square root. So, yung c natin, square root of 244 na lang siya. Dahil meron na tayong center, A, B, and C, pwede na nating hanapin yung ating vertices. Para makuha yung vertices, kailangan natin gamitin yung ating center and A. Yung center natin is 0 and 0. Ngayon, tignan yung given. Nauna yung x squared. Kaya, mag-a-add tayo ng A dito sa unang number. So, this is 0. Yung A natin is 10 plus 10, copy 0. Then, 0 minus 10, copy 0. Yung center natin, 0, 0. Yung A natin, plus and minus. So, ang ating vertex number 1 is 0 plus 10, that is 10. Then, copy 0. Ang ating vertex number 2, 0 minus 10, that is negative 10 and 0. So, this will be our vertices. Hanapin naman natin ang ating foci. Foci, ang gagamitin natin ay center and C. Center natin is 0 and 0. So, mag-add and subtract tayo ng C, which is square root of 244. So, this is 0 plus square root of 244. Copy 0. And 0 minus square root of 244. Copy 0. Foci number 1 natin, 0 plus square root of 244, that is square root of 244 and 0. Ang ating foci number 2, 0 minus square root of 244, that is negative square root of 244 and 0. So, this will be our foci. Next na hahanapin natin is the asymptote. Again, ang formula sa asymptote, kapag x squared ang una ay y equals k, positive negative, b over a, x minus h. Substitute the value tayo. K is 0, positive negative, b is 12 over 10, yung ating a. Then copy x minus h natin ay 0. Simplify natin, we have y equals 0 plus minus 12 over 10, that is positive negative 12 over 10. Then x minus 2, that is, or x minus 0, that is x. Pwedeng ito na yung final answer natin. Pwede namang simplify din natin siya. Y equals positive negative. Yung 12 tsaka 10, pwede silang i-divide ng 2. 12 divided by 2, that is 6 over 10 divided by 2, that is 5. Then copy x. So, kahit alin sa dalawa, pwede naman silang maging asymptote. Example number 3, we have y plus 3 squared over 36 minus quantity x plus 2 squared over 25 is equal to 1. Yung given natin, equal na kay 1. So, pwede na tayo mag-proceed by finding the center A, B, and C. Yung center natin, that is given as h and k. Yung h natin, yun yung kasama ni x. Yung kasama ni x ay 2. Then, papalitan yung sign from positive, magiging negative 2. Next, yung k natin, yun yung kasama ni y. Yung kasama ni y ay positive 3. So, papalitan natin yung sign from positive 3, magiging negative 3. So, ang ating center ay negative 2, negative 3. Hanapin na natin ang ating A. A is given as square root of 36. Square root of 36, that is 6. Yung B naman, square root of 25, that is 5. So, that is the value of A and B. Hanapin naman natin ang ating C, that is given by the formula square root of A squared plus B squared. Copy square root. A squared natin is 36 plus B squared is 25. That is square root of 61. Dahil wala ng square root yung 61, ito na yung ating magiging value of C. Dahil meron na tayong value ni center A, B, and C, pwede na natin hanapin yung ating vertices. Yung vertices natin, we need to consider the center and A. Yung center natin is negative 2, negative 3. Kaso kung mapapansin ninyo, ang ating given, nag-i-start siya sa y. Dahil y ito, mag-a-add and subtract tayo ng center or A dun sa pangalawa. Again, dahil y ang una, dito yung papakialaman natin. So, this will be negative 2, then negative 3a plus 6. Yung isa naman, negative 2, negative 3 minus 6. Yung pangalawa, yung nag-add and subtract tayo ng 6 kasi y yung given natin. So, meaning, our vertex number 1 is negative 2. Negative 3 plus 6, that is positive 3. Then, our vertex number 2, copy negative 2. Negative 3 minus 6, that is negative 9. So, this will be our vertices. Next is our foci. In order to get the foci, we need to consider the center and C. Yung center natin is negative 2 and negative 3. Papakialaman ulit natin yung dun sa dulo, which is negative 3. Dito tayo mag-add and subtract ng square root of 61. So, this is negative 2, negative 3 plus square root of 61. Then, other one, negative 2, negative 3 minus square root of 61. Given this one, hindi na natin sila ma-add and subtract. Kasi nga, square root yung isa ay number. So, yung gagawin lang natin, ito na yung ating foci. Hanapin na natin yung ating asymptote. Yung formula naman in getting the asymptote kapag y yung una, that is, y equals k, positive, negative, a over b, x minus h. Substitute the value tayo. K natin is negative 3. Positive, negative. A is 6. Over b is 5. Then copy x minus h natin is negative 2. Simplify again. We have y is equal to negative 3, positive, negative, 6 over 5. Then, ito magiging x plus 2. Kasi, dalawang negative, pag dalawang negative, magiging positive na siya. So, this will be our asymptote. Another activity you need to do is to find the equation of the hyperbola given the following. So, given yung foci, given din yung length of the transverse axis, then you need to find the equation. You need to show your solution for number 1 and number 2. Example, we have the foci, negative 3 and 1, and 7 and 1. The transverse axis of length 4 units. Unang gagawin natin is to find the center. Para makuha yung center, tingnan natin yung ating foci. Yung pangalawang number natin ay parehong 1. So, gagamitin natin ay yung hindi pareho, which is negative 3 and 7. Add natin sila. Negative 3 plus 7, that is 4. Then, yung nakuha ninyong sagot, yung 4, i-divide natin ng 2. So, the center is 2. Meaning, yung ating center ay 2 and copy yung pareho, 1. That would be our center. 2 and 1. Next thing to do, we need to find a squared. Para makuha yung a squared, gagamitin natin yung formula. Transverse axis is equal to 2a. Yung transverse axis length natin ay 4. Equals to a. Divide both sides by 2. So, yung a natin ay 4 divided by 2, that is 2. Kaso, hinahanap natin ay a squared. So, meaning, i-multiply natin yung a sa sarili niya, that is 2 times 2, a squared is 4. Next, we need to find c squared. Para makuha natin yung ating c squared, consider natin yung ating center and 1 foci. Yung center natin is 2 and 1. Pili kayo ng isang foci. Gusto kong gamitin is 7 and 1. Ngayon, consider natin yung una. 2 and 7. Isulat natin. Start tayo magbilang from 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then, after ng 2, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, merong 5 na pagdadaanan bago makadating sa 7. So, yung C natin is 5. Kaso, ang hinahanap natin ay C squared. So, i-multiply natin yung 5 sa sarili niya. 5 times 5, that is 25. Next, hanapin naman natin yung ating B squared. So, para makuha yung B squared, consider natin yung formula. C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. C squared natin is 25 equals A squared natin is 4 plus B squared. Then, nililipat natin yung 4 sa kabila, magiging negative. 25 minus 4 is equal to B squared. 25 minus 4, that is 21. That would be our B squared. So, yung ating center is 2 and 1. A squared is 4. C squared is 25. B squared is 21. So, in order to find the equation of the hyperbola, ito siya, x minus h squared over a squared minus y minus k squared over b squared equals 1. Substitute the value tayo. Copy x, negative. H natin is 2. Then squared. A squared natin is 4. Copy negative. Y minus k natin is 1. Squared over b squared natin is 21 is equal to 1. So this will be our final answer or the equation of the hyperbola.